Wife had emotional affair. Tried to rebuild twice but she keeps trying to contact AffairPartner. Hi. This could be a long one, sorry, but I want to give the full story. Wife, 38F, and I, 38M, have been together since 2010, married 2018. 2 kids, 5M and 2F. Mortgage. I work full-time, wife part-time. In March my wife told me she had met a new friend at work, 21M, that liked the same music and films as her. She said she thought he was probably gay. Pretty soon they were texting. Lots. I felt jealous. She saw him all day at work, then texted him all evening. He had come out of nowhere to being her best friend. I let it go, he was just a gay friend after all. Some time passed, and she revealed that he wasn't in fact gay. I started to feel even more uneasy about their friendship. They swapped movies, DVDs, every week or so and texted their reviews to each other. I began to hate this guy. He was texting my wife late at night sometimes and a DVD of his was always next to the TV. Their friendship was taking a lot of her time. Over the following months, we had at least 2 talks about him, as I was really worried about the intensity of their friendship. I warned her that I was scared an affair could happen. My wife insisted they were just friends, I had nothing to worry about, that she loved me and didn't fancy him at all. She made me feel so much better. I even was fine for them to go to the cinema together while I looked after our kids. I trusted her so much and wanted her to be happy and have time off parenting, which she found stressful sometimes. She then began taking her phone with her wherever she went. I thought this was because she knew I was uncomfortable with their friendship. I had told her by then that I hated him, and he shouldn't be texting a married woman every day. I felt in my gut that this just wasn't right. I needed to see what they were talking about. I checked her phone. There were messages suggesting they should sleep together, that she wanted to run away with him. Mostly coming from her. I confronted her, she told me they had feelings for each other. She insisted nothing physical ever happened, that it only got sexual/romantic right at the end, and one sexy picture of her was sent. He apparently did not want to start an affair. She blamed her actions on stress and the state of our relationship, which had become a bit routine with work and childcare. I was heartbroken, I couldn't eat or sleep for days. I said she had to cut him out, if she wanted to stay married to me. It is and remains a deal-breaker for me, no contact with him. She resisted but she eventually agreed after thinking about what she wanted for a day or two and deleted him off her phone and all socials. We started to rebuild. I was willing to put the effort in and do what was needed. She told me she might have fallen in love with him, but she loved me more. Over the next few weeks, she told me he was the nicest guy she had ever met, how things were more natural with him. That part of the reason the affair happened was that I did not give her enough attention, that I didn't want to go on nights out enough. I'm ashamed to say I went into pick-me mode and love-bombed her with a few gifts. I was a mess, and I was terrified she would leave me during this time. I thought she seemed more upset about losing him than she did about our marriage being on the rocks, that she didn't really want to be with me and the kids. I checked her phone again, second time, she had called him, number still on her phone. We separated but continued to live together and parent the kids. It was so tough. Later, she begged for another chance and finally started saying the right things, showing some remorse, and now seemed more willing to work. She had deleted his number again. We gave it another go. Things went well for 2 weeks, I thought we had a chance. However, I was so worried she was in contact with him again, I couldn't concentrate at work. I checked her phone for the third and final time. She had messaged him on Instagram, just a funny video. He did not respond. I think he is a bit fed up with her or doesn't want to break up a marriage. I asked her if she had contacted him again. She lied, said no. I told her I knew she had. She said she was sorry, that she really misses him as a friend, that he made her feel good about herself during a tough time and she finds it hard to let him go. We are separated again, living in the same house. This is where we are at currently. It is not a good situation. I often hate coming home. I have angry or sad days. Angry days are better, as I can use that energy to get through the day. We can't afford to move out. The thought of not seeing my kids every day frightens me. I feel I can't leave them, they are so little, and they need me. I just exist to work and look after the kids now. I'm sad, angry, and lonely. My self-esteem is low. I still love my wife, I always will, but I feel so sad around her now. I'm not sure I can be happy with her now, the trust is gone. The other guy, 21M, seems to have ruled himself out. Should I give her time to get over him? Should we try again? I change my mind every day. Update. Sorry it has taken so long to give an update. The last 6 months or so have been the hardest of my life. Thanks for all the comments on my original post, I read all of them. I'm not a total idiot, I like to think. I knew the logical answer when I wrote my original post. I think I just needed people on the outside to confirm it for me. My wife, now 39F, and I, 38M, are divorcing. We are right at the beginning of the process. We still live together. It is not as bad as it was, although it can still be frosty at times. We have separate bank accounts now and try to live separate lives away from our parenting responsibility. We have separate outings with the children most weekends. She does what she wants, and I do what I want. I'm much happier. I'm going out with family and friends more, and I'm keeping active. I still get the occasional wave of sadness, which stops me in my tracks. I do my best to be still and just let the feeling pass. I'm a little lonely though. I really miss female company and sex. I have thought of hitting the dating apps, but I don't think I'm ready. I don't know if I can ever trust again, and who would want someone still living with his wife? My wife is still friends with the coworker, now 22M. I have seen his name flash up on her phone a few times, way less often than before, but it still feels like a punch to the stomach each time. She has attended a few social events with him there. I do my best not to think about it. I cannot believe they are still texting after all the hurt they caused. I have told my wife not to text me unless it is regarding the children/house stuff. I cannot stand the thought that she is texting us both at the same time. I heard from a mutual friend that she asked him, the 22-year-old coworker AP, for a date, the day after I told her I was unwilling to try again, for a third time, to work on our marriage. He turned her down. She might get him eventually. The thought of her with him still really hurts me. He is not completely innocent in this. I do accept it was primarily her though. I have his phone number and have thought of texting him, but it is probably not a good idea. I hate him and will remember his name until my dying day. My wife and I have a lot of really hard decisions to make regarding our house and the children. I wouldn't be very happy with her keeping the house. I paid $10,000 more than her to buy it, but she earns way less than me, and I don't think she could afford to rent, whereas I now can, just about. I have been saving up. I'm incredibly sad for our children, 3F and 5M, it will be so tough on them. My little boy, 5M, often cries when I head out without him, even to the supermarket. I cannot imagine not seeing them every day, not being there at bedtime. Such a mess of a situation. Thank you for allowing me to vent all this, and thanks again for your comments on my original post.